Hi everybody, welcome to this talk o'clock. It's Saturday, so it's time to review artwork that happened / was published this week and talking a bit about slight changes that I'm going to do or videos that might not come up on the channel at the same time as they used to, but I'm gonna get into those later. Let's start with the art journal that I published, and it's this page here, which is my response to the art journal workshop challenge of the month, branching out. So I'm branching out in my artwork by adding another thing. So my main part is painting / drawing, but I also do crafting and sculpturing and card making, all that stuff, knitting, crocheting, blah, blah, blah. So very recently I added origami / kirigami to the way that I work with paper. And I enjoy it a lot, and that pretty much is the flower here in the center as well as the bird up there that just branches out of the tree pot that is my creativity. And I really like the almost Zen-like paper folding things. So this is usually something that I do when I want to wind down in the evening and maybe listen to a podcast or watch a movie or a TV show and do something with my hands meanwhile. So I really like origami, and that's also something that I did for my decorations this spring. So the last couple of weeks it has been a lot of paper folding in my house, and of course people seeing it, they order it, so I gotta do a few things for some customers as well, and I really enjoyed it. So I thought that would be the perfect way to go for the branching out challenge of the month, which was about how do you branch out, or what do you want to branch out in your artwork, in your creativity, in your life, all that stuff. So I chose artwork with it. And I really like the page, especially the watercolor. Again, really loved how the tree turned out. So that was one of the good pages. On Tuesday, I published the Tiny Tuesday, which was this one here, which also is kind of inspired by Zen doodling, or it could also look like stained glass. And I'm not really happy with that. First of all, I used my Faber-Castell artist brushes, and they are not as smooth on this laminated kind of paper or cardboard as they are on other papers. So I don't really like that you could see, especially with the gray area, you could see all the strokes of the pen and you can't really work around it, so not too fond of that. But if it would have been only that, I would have been okay. But I'm not too happy with these greens around the flowers. It's just too big. It takes away from the red flower itself. And it looks kind of weird down here with the multiple stems. So this is something that I only realized once I had the black lines all drawn in and started coloring. So I guess would I do it all over again, I would just have these wavy lines a bit closer to the red flower blossoms and therefore make them a bit more delicate and not as bulky as they seem to be here. So again, learning, and I think it's fine. It's something different, but I'm not too happy with this particular take on the Tuesday. Maybe I do it all over again at one point with maybe another scenery, who knows. So the other thing that I published yesterday actually is too big to show here, so I'm gonna insert a photo. It's the last part of my puzzle, which is on this ceiling up here. You can see bits and pieces behind me, and it's really, really large, and I like how it turned out. It's not the way that I thought it would be, because I couldn't go as high on the ceiling as I thought, just because the ladder is too small and I'm too tiny, so I couldn't reach all up to the top of the ceiling, but it's fine. So I went more horizontal than vertical, and I added way more cardboard pieces that were solely in one color. I really like the rainbow-y look, but in the beginning I thought I'd have more pictures, not only colored blocks on the ceiling, but the more I added, the wilder it looked. And when I looked at it, knowing every piece of them, I thought, wow, I don't know where to look first. One painting takes away from the other, things like that. So I thought I'd just add the uni-colored block pieces of cardboard to make a rainbow, to make a frame of the whole thing, and just to, well, calm down the whole puzzle. I know the video was not really interesting because it was just the final steps, but I wanted to publish it since I published all the other 4 parts of the video, and I thought, well, if I start something, I finish something, you know? So yeah, there you go. Another thing that I did, that I just had a photo on my Instagram because I'm not filming that kind of a thing, was the page in the letter journal. And I cannot talk. In the letter journal, blah. So if you happen to follow me on Instagram, or if you've been on my account once in a while, you saw that I recently published this particular painting here. So the book that I have here is the letter journal that I sent back and forth with my cousin, who's also a painter. So last summer sometime, I published a video on how I made that book with the first page, talking a bit more on the blog about it. So essentially, I hadn't been in contact with my cousin for 12 years, and we reconnected last year, and it was really fun to see that we both are painters and we like certain things. We have certain things in common when it comes to how we approach things. And I thought it would just be nice to not lose touch again, to have a journal be sent back and forth with a letter inside, and having one painting or drawing or whatever art piece you want to do. So I thought for this month I'd make a spring page with watercolors. So this is a very loose, very bright, very simple painting, and I used masking fluid to outline the flowers here, and also pieces and bits of the grass. And I wanted to stay really springy, like yellow, green, very bright, very light and fluffy kind of a feel to the page. And I really like the outcome, especially with this flower here. I like the shading, and with this one, that's actually my favorite flower on the page. So I really, really liked it. Now I just gotta write the letter, and then I can send it back to her, and yeah, maybe lighten her day. Who knows? So that was the fourth, I should be able to count, the 4th big thing that I did this week. Now, before I go into the last bit, I just want to mention that, again, if you want to see things like that, where I do not have any videos on, and that ties into the upcoming thing as well, just visit my Instagram account. I pretty much load something. I try every day. If I'm out and about like all day long, there's some difficulty to that, but usually I update it with work in progress and things that I don't shoot videos for every day. So here's another big thing, and you will see upcoming photos on Instagram about that as well. A lot about it, actually. So I am pretty comfortable with my artwork and what I do and what I try. And I have certain places where I try something before I take it to the big surfaces like canvases and whatnot. So there's different ways that I try something. Of course, there's the art journal, there's the Tiny Tuesdays and whatnot, or I just try something on a page, which I never publish. Anyways, there's something about naming that thing a challenge, which gets me going, which really gets me excited and creative, inspired, all these kinds of things that are pretty good for an artist or a painter. So I was looking for a new way to approach something, like challenge-wise. I do have the monthly challenges, which are the Paint My Photo and the art journal pages, where I say, okay, I'm maybe not doing what I usually do, but I get a topic or I get a medium, I get some kind of a limitation. And I really like it, but it's just once a month. Then I do have the thing that I shot a video for already, which comes up the week after, on Thursdays in the taco clocks, where I do have the challenges. I have a word generator. I get the word and I paint something around it, whatever just sparks my mind. And the video is pretty much about that process on all the things that come before I actually paint something. So more of a thinking, sketching, planning. So I do that weekly, and I'm kind of limited by the word that comes up, and I'm fine with it. I really, really like it. It's kind of a surprise to me as well on what I will do, because I can't really plan something. So I wanted to take it a bit further, and there's two things that I kind of combined and gave my own twist to it. So the first thing is that, especially starting the new year, I saw a lot of people having challenges for themselves and doing something daily. It being a sketch, it being whatever kind of a thing. It doesn't even have to be art, but there's a lot of day one off, 365 days kind of photos and things on the web. So I thought that would be a cool thing, because it really forces you to go for a whole year if you don't want to follow the wagon. And I'm pretty much, if I start something, I finish something. So I would have a full year of daily challenges. And then I saw something else, just stumbled across that on, I think it was YouTube that I saw it first. I think so. Which was the Bible journaling thing. And I really liked it for people of that particular faith, that they spend more time with the Holy Book and, create some artwork around it. So I'm atheist. So I'm not really, I don't really want to go for the words and reading scriptures and whatnot and do art about that in a book. But I thought I might just have a bit of a twist to it and make it work for me. So going back a bit, and this is a lot of background story, I'm sorry. Going back a bit, here's why I do have the Bible as an atheist. And I've always been, so no change there. But if I want to have an opinion on something, if I might want to judge something, if I find it valid or not, if it's good or bad, blah, 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 all the kinds of things, I have to have information about it. So I never judge or have an opinion on something that I don't know the first thing about. So I'm very keen on reading up on things before I form my opinion. So being atheist and not being raised with any kind of a belief system that is whatever kind of a religion. I mean, atheism is a belief system as well, believing and not believing, or believing in that there is nothing. I thought, well, if I want to know about, or I have to know about the Bible and Christianity if I want to have an opinion on it and judge it, and on things like faith or things like churches, stuff like that. So I bought the Bible probably a decade back, and I read it start to finish before I even had an opinion on that. And then I was okay to have an opinion on it. But I read the book and I never touched it again. It was on my shelf collecting dust, and I don't really like that about books. Books are something that are not only pretty to look at when they have a nice binding, but you got to read them over and over again. You got to touch the paper. You got to have the smells of the ink and stuff like that. So I was not really happy with the Bible just sitting there, and I wasn't doing anything about it. So I thought the perfect thing was to twist the Bible journaling challenge or thing that goes online, to have a daily challenge for myself. And I already posted the first 2 days on Instagram again. Yeah, the word Instagram. And I'd do something on a page every day that is not maybe about certain scriptures or certain parts like the moral and the stories or whatnot, but it is simply something, a word that springs out in it and that I see first on a page, and I do something about that word. Could be tied in with the belief system, with faith, with all of that, with spirituality and all the big words. But it could also just be something from modern day-to-day life, pop culture, all of that. So it does not have to be connected to any kind of divine thought, just to maybe ground the thing a bit, you know. So I said, okay, I'm going to do that. I'm going to do that for 365 days, and I'm going not back and forth in the book, but I go page 1, page 2, page 3. So I just want to show you, this is page 1 that I did on Thursday, and this is the first page. By the way, it's a German Bible, so I don't know how yours are. I think they are structured the same, but it's the Old Testament, and it's the first book, Moses. It's set Genesis. So with that picture here, you can pretty much, yeah, you know what I thought, right? I'm a nerd, but yeah, so things like that. That's what I want to do, and I'm not going to make any videos about them. I probably have a kind of a flip through on Saturdays, but mostly I will have those on Instagram every day, loading a photo there and, well, just sharing with you guys. The second one that I did, which was yesterday, was the word was paradise, and I'm underlining it in white on what double page, what word I'm going to use. So this is done with the Faber-Castell artist brushes, and if you see how different they behave on different kinds of papers, it's amazing. So it's just not for that kind of a paper. And for today I didn't do anything yet, but I will. So I'm taking one double page, looking for a word, and always drawing or painting on this particular one, trying not to have anything bleed through too much. So this is my challenge, and I'm glad that I started it. I was thinking about that maybe for a week before. I thought, okay, I'm gonna do it, because it's a daily thing. So it gets me going. It gets me creative, surprised, and inspired pretty much every day. Because I don't look ahead. I don't read anything on the page. I open the book, I scan it, and the word that pops out, I'm going to do something about it on the page. So it's kind of a surprise to myself pretty much every day, which is just a weird thing, you know, but I like it so far, and I hope that I can keep it up for 365 days. So it will go way into the next year. And maybe if I really, really like it, and if I can't stop, I follow up with a challenge like filling the whole book. Who knows? So that's pretty much what I did this week. I was very inspired, very excited and energized this week, which is a good thing. And I hope the next weeks will be just like that, because it's just a nice feeling to have that you come into your studio every day and you can't work, to switch on the lights, have the music playing, and creating all day long. That's really a cool thing, and I want to have it for more than 2 weeks now. So I thank you very much for watching. If you have any comments, any ideas, anything, any questions that you maybe want to throw at me, go ahead, leave it in the comment section below. I will see you tomorrow with a new Gamers Couch, and there's, oh, before I forget it, there's the second thing that I wanna throw out there. The Gamers Couch tomorrow and next Sunday might not be up the same time as they usually are, just because we are visiting with my brother tomorrow, so it might be that I'm already on my way there while the show isn't processed yet, so I gotta publish in the evening. And the same thing goes for next week. We're probably in Hamburg for a gaming weekend, so I hope we can pre-record everything, but I'm not sure. It also depends on the work schedule of my hubby. So we gotta somehow figure out how to have everything up in time. But if it isn't up in time, I just want to let you know that it's because we're traveling, and yeah, keep fingers crossed that it still works out to the normal schedule, you know. So where was I? Yeah, I was saying that thanks for watching the thing. Yeah, if you want to share this video, go ahead. I would very much appreciate that. Also, if you'd like it, that would let me know that I'm on the right path, that I actually show what you're interested in. So that would be very great feedback and highly, highly appreciated. Also, if you haven't already, why not subscribe to the channel? I do have art videos, cooking videos, and board game videos for you every day of the week to keep you entertained. And thank you again for watching. I'm gonna go for my daily sketch now, and then I'm going out because it's very sunny and it's lovely spring weather, and I gotta suck up some vitamin D. So thanks again. Have a very good one. Enjoy your weekend. Maybe go out too if you have nice weather, and then come back and create something. That would be cool, right? So have a good one. I will see you. Bye-bye.